Well, good evening and thank you for joining us for the KREM 2 Night Report. I'm Mark Hanrahan. New tonight, an instructor at North Idaho College is on administrative leave tonight for reportedly making insensitive comments about the killing of conservative activist Charlie Kirk. As reported by our news partners, the Coeur d'Alene Press, school administrators launched an investigation Friday after learning about the allegations. The next day, the college sent out a bulletin saying they put the instructor on leave to ensure students and staff stay safe, quote, in light of escalating tensions and political threats, unquote. An NIC spokesperson told our news partners that the school had more security and law enforcement on campus on Monday as a precaution. According to a meeting agenda, the NIC trustees held an executive session tonight to go over the impact of the alleged posting on the community college. Meanwhile, a suspect arrested in the killing of Kirk is expected to appear tomorrow before a state judge in Utah. Tyler Robinson will not be in the courtroom. He'll appear virtually instead and will hear the charges against him, which are expected to include aggravated murder. FBI Director Kash Patel said today that Robinson texted someone before the shooting saying he had the chance to kill Kirk and was taking it out of his hatred for his politics. The shooting prompted the White House to request an extra $58 million in security funding to help protect officials in the executive and judicial branches. Also new at this hour, the Spokane City Council says yes to creating its own 911 dispatch system. You might remember the Spokane Regional Emergency Communications Center decided to stop servicing the city of Spokane early this summer. Shrek told the city they would need their own dispatch system by the new year, but the city said that was an unreasonable timeline. Shrek said, though, they are making this change because the city opted out of their new computer-aided dispatch system. Now the city is working to fund and organize Spokane United 911. The council passed it unanimously tonight. Leaders with Spokane County Fire District 9 are awaiting a big decision from the state health department. They want to start providing their own ambulance transport services as soon as next summer. KREM 2 Shannon Mowdy explains.
In North Spokane County, firefighters with District 9 have a big job, covering around 7,000 emergency calls across 125 square miles every year. That job could soon get a major boost.
A first for District 9 and a first for a full-time service from a fire department in Spokane County.
Chief Matt Vinci says if a transport license with the State Department of Health is approved, this district will become the first to run its own ambulance service.
24/7, 365, and there'll be advanced life support units.
An analysis also showed District 9 ambulances could get to a scene faster, cutting response times by 3 to up to 12 minutes.
Cost, I'll say, was a big driver as well. AMR went up to a $4,700 transport fee in District 9. And we just felt like we could provide a higher level of service at a much lower cost and implement it in a very reasonable amount of time.
Cost is also why the district is providing a fee waiver for ambulance users who live in District 9. That's regardless of insurance, Chief Vinci says, meaning most people who live in the district will pay nothing for emergency transport.
We don't want ambulance transport bills to get in the way of folks getting high quality care when they need it most.
If approved, the new service would start in July. It will also mean new jobs in the 3 stations where the ambulances will be housed.
There are 15 new firefighter EMTs, firefighter paramedics that'll be assigned to 3 shifts across the district.
Shannon Mowdy, KREM 2 News.
All right, let's talk weather on this Monday night with Chief Meteorologist Jeremy Lagoud joining us in the Outdoor Weather Center. Jeremy, noticeably cooler today, and those temperatures dropping tonight as well.
Mark, it's kind of wild to be out here on the back patio and have our temperatures, well, to put it bluntly, colder than they have been in the morning in quite some time. We sit in the mid-50s here in Spokane and across much of the inland Northwest, already down to 50 in Sandpoint, 60s out in central Washington. Now, when it comes to our overnight hours, I think it is interesting to watch. Reason being, we've gotten rid of all of our cloud cover, and what that means is all of our heat from the ground can escape up into the atmosphere overhead. I think that means 49 degrees for us here, 46 up in Sandpoint, 50 in Coeur d'Alene, and down near 50 across much of central Washington. But even though we drop overnight, We still get quite warm tomorrow. We're talking highs back near 80 degrees tomorrow afternoon, pretty widespread across the entire inland Northwest. We are back in the 80s tomorrow and getting even warmer through the middle of the week. It's kind of a wild ride here. We start out nice and cold, 81 tomorrow, 86 Wednesday, 86 on Thursday, and with warm afternoons, even our overnights trend much cooler in the days to come.
That sounds good, Jeremy. We'll check back in with you later in the show. And now to our night beat with a quick look at today's top stories. The strike is over. Today, WashDOT confirming the local operators union that helps with road construction projects all across the inland Northwest is ending its month-long strike. Work on the north-south freeway started back up this afternoon with local 302 operating engineers returning to the job. The executive director of the Association for General Contractors confirmed the AGC and operating engineers local 302 reached a tentative agreement this morning. Although the union still needs to vote, the AGC says it is standard for union members to return to work with a tentative agreement on the table. The Cooney County Sheriff's Office bought new sonar equipment, which they say will help them be more effective in search and recovery efforts. It cost $85,000, but nearly half of that money came from a donation. The Mahogany Boater Education Association gave the Sheriff's Office $40,000. With the new technology, deputies say they'll be able to now see the bottom of Lake Coeur d'Alene and other bodies of water. They say it'll help them be more accurate and faster when responding on the water. And an historic marker placed more than 100 years ago is getting some new attention. On this day back in 1914, railroad executives from across the country gathered to celebrate the construction of a new railroad trestle over the Spokane River. While the trestle is now long gone, its role in shaping Spokane into what it is today.
It shortened the trip time to the West Coast and connected Spokane with a vast network of Midwest railroads. It really cemented Spokane's place as a railroad hub in the American West.
You can find the marker along the Centennial Trail near the Monroe Street Bridge in downtown Spokane. And that's it for your Night Beat. For more information on any of these stories, just head to our website. That's KREM.com. All right, coming up on KREM 2 News tonight, one of the most underrated housing markets in the country can be found right here, where it is in 90 seconds. And a bit later, some airplanes in the Northwest are jetting off using a blend of what they're calling sustainable aviation fuel. El Delta Airlines is leading the charge.